Hello and welcome back to Dragon Quest Wall Tutorials. I am KoichiGZ, and in this video we're going to go over the new weapon, or a weapon that actually came out a few weeks ago. So this is actually going to be Blair's Flame Spear. So yeah, after a couple of times of using mileage points, I was able to get this weapon, so which will be very useful for grinding in the Alchemy Journey Ghost Ship Captain Edition. So definitely I will be using it there. Also, I actually did get a second little Devil Satius rod as well. So that's actually making pretty much going through the battles very easy in terms of reserving my MP. But with this video, I not only want to do a weapon breakdown, but I will also be doing a S grade soul breakdown of the Awakened Blair Soul. So first I want to actually go over the weapon, which is going to be found right over here on my god hand right here. So with this, the Blair's Flame Spear is going to be at level 50, 172 to attack power. Then here for the various levels, at level 1 plus 5 to attack power if this is on a god hand. Then for 35, 40, and 45, let's see, 35 going to be plus 5% damage to zombies. 40, level 40 also plus 5% damage to zombies. And then at level 45 plus 12 to attack power if you have expertise with this particular weapon. So since my god hand does have expertise with spears, I do get that particular buff. So yeah, so this is actually going to be very good. I really am very excited about this particular weapon, just to see how much damage it can do. So what I want to do is go ahead right into a battle. First, what I want to do is actually go ahead and revive or restore the HP of my characters. And so I want to go into a battle, let's see, right here. Okay, so here, actually my god hand does actually go first. So here you're actually going to see a couple of things, mainly on the enemies. So one of these things is actually going to be on the enemies. You're going to see on the all of them on the leftmost debuff, there is actually going to be a little marker right here with the skull. So this is going to be part of the one of the sudden activation abilities. In this case, this is going to be Bupmet no Oen, which is going to be Immortal Flame. So pretty much this costs 2% of your max MP, and what it does is at the start of the battle, all enemies have a chance to be turned into zombies, so being zombified. So zombified turns the enemy into a zombie, lowers their resistances to Mera, Gira, and EO attributes, and eases the HP conditions of destruction effects. So pretty much destruction effects would be when their HP gets below a certain amount of percentage, they can easily be taken out with one hit if the weapon has, or that ability has an effect. But yeah, so that's going to be that particular sudden activation ability. The other one that we have here is going to be called Kabane no Kisen, which is going to be Initiative of the Dead. So this is going to be found on my god hand. So here, this is going to cost 3 MP, and at the start of the battle, the wielder's agility is greatly increased in last 2 turns. So I actually have +2 to my agility. So here, the next ability I want to go over is going to be right over here. This is going to be Ashibarai, which is going to be leg sweep. So this is going to cost 4 MP. It does 120% physical technique damage to one enemy and has a chance of knocking them down. So going to be like this. So got a critical hit there, but not knocked down. So here I want to go over to the next ability. Okay, so here back with my god hand, the next ability I want to go over is going to be right over here. This is Jigoku no Hado, which is going to be Hell Wave. This is going to cost 30 MP, and what it does physical technique damage to all enemies according to the level of the wielder, and has a rare chance to inflict fear, so going to be like this. So there, did some crit damage there. In this case, probably, yes, looks like none of them were actually feared there, but that's actually okay. So here, going to go over the next ability. So with the next ability, what I want to do is going to actually be this one right here. This is going to be Rengoku Samidari Ginzuki, which is going to be Purgatory Repeating Thrust. So this is going to cost 32 MP, and what it does 4 attacks to random enemies for 150% Mera weapon damage if the enemies are zombies, and 110% Mera weapon damage for all other enemy types. So going to be like this. So there, the monster mushroom was taken out. And here, want to go over the next ability. Okay, so with this, I want to now go over the final ability of this weapon. So it's going to be this one right here. This is going to be I Tokuri Kaishi, which is Sorrows. So this is actually Blair's main ability in the game. So this is going to cost 55 MP, and what it does 490% Mera weapon damage to all enemies, though if any enemy is reduced to less than 15% of their HP with this attack, they will be destroyed. So with the exception of some enemies, so it's going to be like this. So there, ooh, wow, yes, taken out right there. So here, with that, I want to go ahead and finish off this battle. So yeah, this is actually a very good weapon to have in your inventory. So actually, I will go over this in a little bit. So just want to finish off this battle like that there. Okay, so with this Blair's Flame Spear, this actually works very well. So in this case, this pretty much, I would say, this particular weapon is going to be best suited for field battles and dealing with mobs, especially if you can turn them into zombies and do Mera damage to them. That's actually going to be very beneficial for this weapon. The one thing I'd say that's not that great about the weapon is it doesn't have any abilities that do damage to metal type enemies, but that's probably one of the main reasons why I don't have it normally on my leveling team. But I'd say if I wasn't worried too much about leveling, I probably would have this on just for the amount of damage that I could do. But I probably would want to pair it up with other Mera weapons like I do with this particular team. In terms of Mega Monsters, I haven't tried it out, but in terms of doing damage to a single enemy, doesn't really have that high of damage for a single attack. But yeah, so this weapon definitely you can use it for mob field battle, so that's what I would recommend using it for. So what I want to do now is actually go over, first I want to actually take a look at the original soul for Burning Heavens Blair. So that's going to be, let's see, want to change some things here, going to be right over right here. So this is the original Burning Heavens Blair soul. So with this, this is going to be a red soul, of course. So with red souls, main stats, basic stats are going to be max HP, your strength, and possibly in this case, for this particular soul, agility and dexterity are actually good stats of note. So here, 125 for your max HP, 117 for your strength, 112 for your agility, and 89 for your dexterity. For abilities, plus 10% to weapon and physical technique skill damage, plus 5% to your evasion rate, plus 5% to guard rate, plus 10% to Mera resistance. Then here, plus 2% to weapon skill damage if it is morning, afternoon, or evening, and then plus 2% to physical techniques damage, skill damage if it is morning, afternoon, or evening. So that's pretty much with that there. So here I actually do have the S grade soul already, so that's going to be this right over here. So here you do see some stat boosts, so I now have actually 130 to my max HP, 122 to my strength, 115 to my agility, 92 to my dexterity. In terms of abilities, I'm going to have one is going to be called Yai Kasumi. So with this, Yai Kasumi is going to be eightfold miss. So with this ability, this is actually going to cost 31 MP. And what this does is that it does 390% Mera weapon damage to one enemy and has a chance to leave the remains of fire. So if an enemy is defeated while having the remains of fire status on them, they will do 490% Mera weapon damage to the enemies on either side of them. So that's actually a very interesting ability that could actually work well in specific type of battles. Then here we actually do have some ability increase. So now we have plus 12% to weapon and physical technique skill damage. The evasion rate and guard rate are still the same, both at 5%, as well as plus 10% to the Mera resistance. But in terms of the weapon damage and physical technique damage, skill damage, but for morning, afternoon, and evening, it's now going to be 3% instead of 2%. So that's actually this new soul. So pretty much with this is no longer burning Heavens Blair, but the Crimson Mist of the Heavens Blair. So yeah, that's going to be that particular soul right there. So what I actually want to do is try out the eightfold mist in battle. So here, going to go all the way at the end, have eightfold mist. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on this enemy here. So let's see. In this case, okay, so I do have the remains of fire, so you can see it there. So pretty much when the enemy dies, that's going to cause an effect. So what I'll do is I'm actually going to go ahead and attack the enemies. So with my Demon Swordsman, when I get the chance, I'm going to go ahead and attack this middle one right here with High King Slash. And then with that, it should do enough damage to destroy the other two enemies beside it. So dead. And now... And yes. So that's how the eightfold miss works. Okay, so pretty much that's everything here in terms of the Blair's Flame Spear, and then also the Crimson Haze of the Heavens Blair. So with that, I want to go ahead and end this video here. So hopefully this was informative about what this particular this weapon and also the souls can actually do. So possibly in a battle, I would say that the eightfold haze actually, or eightfold mist, would actually work out quite well, just like it did right there. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you would like to see more, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.